Mindful Business Evolution, the podcast where networking, mindset, and technology converge to empower success. In today's fast paced world, navigating the complexities of business while nurturing personal growth can often feel like a daunting task.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Mindset Monday. My name is Heather, and I love being your host here, where we get to choose and decide how we're going to show up for the week. I think to sum this week's reading up, I would sum up that the word is grace. So we are reading Worthy by Kern Lima, by Jamie Kern Lima. And the book again is called Worthy: How to Believe You Are Enough and Transform Your Life. This has been a great chapter reading it through. I feel like this is a lot of the stuff that I've been working through one-on-one with Trish, and I'm working on getting to record with her so that you can get a little bit more of my journey with this as well. So the chapter is called You Have Greatness Inside You. Ooh, let me say that one more time. I got goosebumps. Feel that. Take a breath with me. You have greatness inside you. We all have greatness inside of us. And I love that she talks about her life journey, about all the things that made her feel ungrateful and unworthy. And where do we start? Okay, I have a hashtag truth I wrote down. So let's read what I wrote here. Or not what I wrote, what I circled here. When we don't believe we are enough as we are, attention starts looking like love. External significance starts looking like success. And validation starts looking like worthiness. Ooh, up here, she was talking about how she was not able to discern the difference between what love is and what attention is, what love is and what external validation is, what success is and what worthiness can feel like. So she kept making bad choices in her life. And then she, of course, had a pivot because this is how writing works, right? So she found she had some faith. And then along came with that was the grace. And I have grace as one of my words for the year. That it's grace, abundance, mindset, enough, organic, and natural. Those are my words for the year. It's one word, or two words, game on, but then I wrote a letter for you. Each letter has a word. She did this the way I did, the way I've made changes in my life. So I felt myself getting a little nervous there and I wanted to distract myself, but I'm coming back to you now. I made one decision after another where I trusted myself, one decision at a time. You change one choice at a time. You choose, you decide. Our past, even the parts we're embarrassed by or ashamed of, truly help us become the person we are destined to become with the unique skill set that we only develop because of what we went through. This is why we love every moment. It made us who we are. So in the moment, it might feel really awful. But if we can pause and find the love, find the grace. Because when we start looking for the grace, we start to see the grace. Just like when we start looking for the gratitude, we start to see the gratitude. So the more you look for grace in your life, the more you're going to see it because grace is all around us. It isn't the closed door you tried so hard to pry open, only now to be so thankful that it didn't open. Can you think of a time when, something happened, you're shoved through a door that you could be really ungrateful for, and then when you look back after you've had some time to heal, you're like, wow, I'm really grateful that happened. And that is something I was super excited about because I get to say it. I get to say the Brenda thing that I learned from Brenda about 3 years ago when I first heard her speaking. And now I love her podcast. I hope you'll go check it out. I'll put a link in the comments. Brenda is a forgiveness coach, and it's really good stuff. So life happens for us, not to us, for us. So even when you are going through something really, really awful, and things seem like there's doors shutting in your face and there's a pivot that needs to happen, and you could dwell in that space, or you can choose to keep stepping forward and make a change. Sometimes this is how our life works, right? So our cards from the four agreement decks, um, today's card is don't make assumptions, which I think is great because how many times have we made an assumption and then we have unexpected consequences, which is that be aware of the unconscious assumptions. So the card says assumptions are made so fast and unconsciously, most of the time because we have agreements to communicate this way. Most of the time because we have agreements to communicate this way. We have agreed that it is not safe to ask questions. We have agreed that if people love us, they should know what we want or how we feel. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, let's unpack this a little bit. Assumptions are made so fast. And so society has given us a set of rules that we interact with each other within those set of rules. But we each live in our own world in our heads. So no one's had the same experiences that we have had. They may have similar experiences, but they haven't had our experiences. So if we don't share how we feel or what we want or need in a situation, then we can't expect others to fulfill that. So that's a truth bomb. It leads us to essential conversation question of the day. What happens when you don't keep your word? So if you're going to talk with this with somebody else, name 3 ways you can be dependable friend or family member. What are the benefits of having someone's trust? What are 3 ways you can be a dependable friend or family member? So showing up when you say you're going to show up. What's another way? Mm, Listening and doing whatever the thing is you said you would do. I also think it's really important that you share whatever is unspoken so that everybody can be on the same page. I was also reading that trust and truth can be one of the most intimate things you can do with someone. To be that vulnerable and share your truth with them is really a tender place to be. So you have to work on the little things that you can trust yourself with. Make one good decision for yourself at a time. Just one. Be aware, choose and decide what you would like, and you can do it too. I believe in you. and you can pick up your copy of Worthy. It is like everywhere for sale. But if you leave a comment, I'll add you to the drawing for when we finish the book to get my copy of Worthy, to be the next person to have it. And so I wanted to let you know a couple of things are happening. So, Mindful Business Evolution, our podcast here, also has a membership program for business entrepreneur women to help us with our daily life, showing up consistency in the mindset that we would like to be in, and on social media in a way that we would like to show up. So I'm really excited to help um, other ladies show up in this way as well. And if you are interested in that, go ahead and drop me a message. I would love to chat with you. I hope you all have a lovely week. Namaste. Mwah.